The realest Mother's Day present ever. So my girl sent me a text to say that Mother's Day is next Sunday. So my girl was at my yard last weekend and she said to me, do you know what? It's March now. I'm sure Mother's Day is coming up real soon. I said, is it? There's me thinking that Mother's Day is in May, June or July. She's like, no, it's in March. I said, oh, I don't really care about Mother's Day, you know. Furthermore, my mum's not really expecting nothing from me on Mother's Day. And she was like, rah. Like certain of you lot watching this right now might be taken back thinking like, rah. Jay claims that he's a mama's boy, he loves his mum, and he even put his mum's face on the front cover of his book. But then he's saying that he don't really care about Mother's Day. Furthermore, his mum's not really expecting nothing, coming like this is a regular occurring thing. Yeah, do you know why? See me, I think about the bigger picture, you know. Man don't care about the small, little dumb stuff like presents and that. I provide mum with the best Mother's Day present ever. I got my mum's fucking back every day. You see, there's some people, I go to tenants' houses, I chat to them. You know, they don't even go and check their mum. There's tenants that told me they ain't seen their son or their daughter in 2-3 years. Even 6 months. These people don't live in Timbuktu, you know. They ain't got beef with their parents or nothing like that. They just don't care. They don't live far away. They live 1-2 miles around the corner. I think to myself like, rah, I live 70 miles away in Northampton. And I go down to my mother's yard every other weekend to check my mum. During lockdown, I was going up there like once every 3 weeks and that. But I would phone my mum maybe like once a week, twice a week. And when I'm talking to her, and especially when I see her as well, I always ask her like, everything all right in the surrounding area and that. Because we used to have some bad people coming around and that, which I'll get into in a bit. I used to make sure that my mum's safe and that. Yeah, I'm not just phoning my mum just for a chit chat and that. I want to check up on my mum and my little sister as well. I want to make sure that they're safe and that. Man, no business about all of this stupid birthday presents and Christmas presents and that. See, there's a lot of men that think they're doing the most for their mum because on Mother's Day, they're going to turn up the night before, wake up early in the morning, feed their mum scrambled egg, beans on toast, a cup of tea, and they feel like they're doing the most for their mum. When you're not doing the most for your mum. Yeah, it's all well and good like birthday present, Christmas present and that, and Mother's Day present and that. But what about backing your mum? What about defending your mum's honor? There's a lot of men right now, if their mum was in trouble, they were getting harassed by someone or whatever, innit? They wouldn't go and defend their mum's honor. They wouldn't go and kick the shit out of whoever's dealing with their mum incorrectly, you know? Me, I'm that guy. So anyway, on my road, there was this Turkish family. Cool people, nice people, don't trouble nobody. Turkish people, yeah? There was one black gal and she had one yardie boyfriend that come around all the time. It's his gal, innit? So he's gonna be around there on a regular basis checking her, innit? For some reason, my man had a vendetta with this old Turkish couple. Old people, you know? To the point where they had to call the police on him and get a restraining order. You know, like an injunction. You can't be around them within 2-3 meters or something mad like that. And I thought to myself, my mum's telling me these stories, because I don't see it, because I don't live up there. My mum's telling me these stories, and I think to myself, these people are cool people. I feel like I should step in and, you get me, say something. And I thought to myself, you know what? Nah. Like one of the elders said, don't back no one that don't back themselves. Which means, if someone's not willing to defend themselves, don't defend them. Now you say, oh, well, it's old people, how can they defend themselves? Hold on a minute. These old people have a young son, able-bodied man, you know. Mid-30s, a young 40, able-bodied, strong man. He ain't gone and done nothing to this guy, you know. Like, to the point where the guy will throw water at them and just madness like that. Like, I used to be in my mum's yard and that, and he will come around. This is while this situation is going on and that. He will come around and just be chilling in his mum's yard and that. I'm thinking to myself, why have you not gone and kicked the shit out of this yardie, man? You know what? Sometimes you're not going to win every fight. Who gives a fuck? It's not about, when it comes to your mum and that, it's not about winning the fight. It's about defending your mum's honor. There's a lot of man right now. If it really came down to it, if their mum was in a situation where they're getting harassed by someone, they wouldn't be on it. They would not be on it. But recently, I've been in a little situation where someone tried to give my mum verbal and man's had to go and deal with it. So boom, my mum lives at number 2 and next to her yard is a little flat block. Now, there's 2 flats on the ground floor, 2 on the first, 2 on the second. If you know anything about flats, they change hands frequently. People just in and out, in and out. Man will live there for 1 year and bust out and that. So there's an old man that lived downstairs. He passed away. So I knew, okay, there's going to be some new people moving into the flat. And if you know anything about flats, it's always crazy misfits. Not all the time, but a lot of times. So I was thinking, oh, who's going to be moving into the flat next to my mum's yard and that. So anyway, obviously I always phone my mum and you get me, check up on her, ask her, like, you know, like I said, there's bad people in the surrounding area that come around. Everything blessed, everything cool. Man, not just phone my mum for a chit chat. When I go down there, I make sure I show my face. I want people to know that I'm still about, innit? Yeah, like, get me. If you trouble my mum, it's going to be a situation, innit? So, boom. Some African people must have moved in to this old man's flat that passed away. So, they're the new occupiers, innit? And my mum said that the guy come knocking at the door a couple of times just for a parcel that might have gone to my mum's yard instead of his. But my mum said he has a little bit of attitude or whatever, innit? But nothing to even talk about or whatever, innit? But my mum just said, oh yeah, he come here one time, innit? And he must have said to my mum, oh, has this parcel come to your yard or whatever? And my mum said, no. He's like, what, are you sure? And that. And I think to myself, why is the man talking like, are you sure? And that. But I didn't even find that out until after I've gone knocking there, innit? So boom, when I was at my mum's yard the time before last, I've gone out on my motorbike, gone Tinseltown, come back. It's 11 o'clock at night. I'm sitting on the sofa downstairs, my mum's on my left. And she was like, Jelani, I went outside to put some rubbish outside and she got into some little altercation with the African people next door. Now, I don't know these people. They ain't seen me, I ain't seen them. Since they've moved in, I've been up here in Northampton. So I've never seen them, they never seen me. So mum got into a little verbal altercation with them. My mum said the man weren't really saying nothing, it was more the woman, but she was giving it like mad, like she wanted to, you get me? I said, what? Man's jumped up, put my night sliders on and gone next door. It's 11 o'clock at night. So obviously it's a flat complex and there's a big like security door in it. So I'm buzzing the buzzer and that. And the guy's like, who's this? Like, blood, come out your yard, innit? Yeah. He's like, who's this? I'm like, blood, come outside, innit? Yeah. You lot was rude to my mum earlier. I want to chat to you now, innit? Come outside your yard, innit? So my man's moving a bit prang, innit? Which is kind of understandable. There's a strange person talking hype on the intercom at 11 o'clock at night. You're going to be a bit paro, innit? Yeah? Me, I would have still come and show my face. No one can knock my door and try draw me out and I'm just going to be hiding in my yard, innit? So he's like, oh, it's too late to talk or whatever, innit? Come back tomorrow, innit? So boom, I went back there. He said, come back at 10. I went there at 10 o'clock. He weren't there. Went back there another 2 times or whatever, innit? Yeah? Anyway, we got into a little, I'm not going to say altercation and that, words was exchanged and that, and he was talking a bit too much in it. So, man had to push him in it, yeah? Like, man didn't smack no one or nothing like that anyway, but he was overstepping the mark in it and I had to push him in it, yeah? Just to show him, like, blood, watch yourself in it, yeah? So, boom, my man's actually called the police and that, and the police squashed it right then and there in it because it was an idiot situation and that. I have to go and show these people that you can't chat to my mum and expect there to not be no pushback. Now, they don't know me, but they had to get to know, innit? Yeah, like, I have to pattern up people around so they know that no one can chat to my mum and that. Like, to be fair, you know what? If my mum got into a little argument and altercation with one of the existing neighbours that lives on my road, so you have to check it. Most of us that lived on my mum's road have lived there for 20 years. We're the first occupiers. It's a new build. So most of the people that live on my mum's road have been there from day one. But there's some new people. They don't know who I am. I don't know them. So I have to go to the flats next door and educate them so they learn that the woman next door at number 2 has an older son who's a maniac. Man can't test my mum, you know. That's the realest Mother's Day present ever. I got my mum's fucking back. Fuck all this bullshit presents and turning up early and that and giving mum scrambled egg. Fuck all that bullshit. I got my mum's back. Anyone test my mum, you know what it is. There are people that they know, right? If we play with her, because some people think that they could chat to people and the next thing you know, it could get physical. Man, don't put nothing past no one in it, yeah? So now they know. I'm not saying that they could never try it in the past, innit? But they know what it is. They know I'm going to come knocking for them. Man, give them that aggression. So they know. They know. Like, even my stepdad and that, like, when I say I used to phone my mum and make sure that she's alright and that, I don't really need to. I go down there and make sure I show my presence so people know that, yeah, Jay's still about and that. Like, if something was to happen to my stepdad's a manly man. He's not the type of man that you just go and pick a fight with, innit? He ain't no puny, weak, pussy looking man. He's a manly man. You ain't just gonna want to pick a fight with a guy like that. So I feel quite secured, and I don't have any fear for my mum's safety when because my stepdad's still living there, obviously, and that. He's a manly man. You understand what I'm trying to say, innit? But if something happened to my stepdad and he was no longer about, God forbid, I would not feel comfortable living 70 miles away from my mum's yard. I got my little sister there. I got my mum there, innit? Yeah, I would actually move back down to my mum's yard and take over the sitting room and make that my room. Like, I got a little brother, innit? But he ain't like that. He ain't nothing like me. And I feel in order to ward off the predators, so to speak, you need to have a manly presence about. My stepfather, he represents that, but my little brother don't. And he ain't little, he's even taller than me, but he ain't like, man, trust me, if you ever met him, he's a nice guy, nice boy, but he ain't like that. So sometimes I feel like you need to have this manly, dominant presence just to ward off the president. There's some man, they have a manly, dominant presence and they're pussy and that, but sometimes it's not all about being about this thing or whatever it is. Sometimes you can get away with just looking a certain way, innit? Yeah, like, put it this way, I'd rather break into someone's house and teeth out their things that have a chihuahua rather than a fucking Rottweiler. That Rottweiler could be a fucking pussy, but you know what, yeah? You got a Rottweiler, innit? So man's not even gonna try it. You understand what I'm trying to say, innit? So, yeah, man. Yeah, if something happened to my stepdad, I'd have to go down there and live and make sure my mum and my little sister's safe and that. Like I said before, if it was one of my existing neighbours that I know, yeah, they know me, I know them. If they had a little argument with my mum, I would have just left it. But I don't know those people next door, so they have to get to know me. Yeah, they need to know, okay, there's certain levels to this thing, innit? So anyway, man, that's the realest Mother's Day present, innit? Yeah, there's a lot of man out here, they claim they got their mums back, but you know what, if their mum was in trouble and someone was harassing them and they knew it was going to be an altercation in a situation, they'll leave it. They'll make up excuses to not deal with it. And me, I'll deal with it. Whatever way it goes. I don't enter an altercation or a battle expecting to win every time. I know man's gonna lose, innit? I don't business. Man, for defend my mum's honour. Stay away, don't know.